Hello and welcome to our edition of Eye on Africa here on France 24. I'm Clarisse Fortuné. Let's start with the headlines. Deadly floods in South Africa's Eastern Cape have killed at least 78, left thousands homeless and wiped out entire communities. President Ramaphosa calls it a catastrophic disaster caused by climate change. Vivatech in Paris, a major technology event where business meets innovation. The 2025 edition brought back the AfricaTech Awards with a new set of exciting startups. One of the finalists is with us tonight. And Lake Dembel in central Ethiopia is vital for hundreds of thousands of people, but now it's being pumped dry and could disappear. Its depth has already halved since 1990. South Africa is still reeling after devastating floods swept through the Eastern Cape, claiming at least 78 lives and leaving thousands homeless. Entire communities, schools and health facilities lie in ruins as rescue teams continue searching for the missing. And the death toll is expected to rise. President Cyril Ramaphosa visited the hard-hit zone on Friday, calling the destruction a catastrophic disaster caused by climate change.
This is a catastrophic disaster for us, which is caused by climate change. This is now our new reality as the people of South Africa, that we must now be more alive to the fact that climate change is now a real serious challenge that we must confront and deal with effectively.
Amid tensions in eastern Congo, the head of the UN peacekeeping mission has made her first visit to Goma since the city fell to the M23 militia. Bintou Keita is meeting with the armed group and allies as part of urgent talks on protecting civilians in the region. The visit comes amid renewed efforts to broker peace, with hopes pinned on a deal expected later this month. And not far, Burundi has just elected its new parliament. Among the key challenges the incoming lawmakers will face, the economy. After years of isolation, the country is now battling chronic shortages, a fuel crisis and record inflation. In Bujumbura, everyday life is becoming harder to afford, pushing citizens to adapt their daily lives. Juliette Mancilli reports.
Delivery day, salt, chocolate. This wholesaler imports goods and sells them to local traders. But lately, business has slowed to a crawl.
For goods coming from abroad, because of the fuel shortage, prices have gone up. So we sell according to purchase prices. But sometimes prices drop while we already have stock bought at a higher rate. In that case, we have to adjust to the competition and end up working at a loss.
The fuel shortage is taking a toll on the entire economy. In May 2025, inflation hit 45%, forcing many Burundians to adapt. At the Kotebu market, some products have simply become unaffordable.
The price of meat has increased a lot. It used to be around 20,000 Burundian francs per kilo. Now it's 40,000.
To tackle rising prices, the Burundian government introduced price controls, a measure meant to protect consumers. But enforcement remains patchy.
There needs to be a stronger push to fight corruption and embezzlement. All these factors together could help improve the economic structure and the consumer situation.
A crisis rooted in deep dysfunctions. For this economist, any real change must include major reforms, especially in agriculture.
Market-oriented agriculture still needs development. There's little diversification. Burundi mainly exports coffee and tea, but other crops don't contribute significantly to export revenues.
Burundi aims to become an emerging economy by 2040, a tall order for one of the world's poorest nations, where 87% of the population lives on less than $2 a day.
From health tech to national digital policy, African innovators made their mark at this year's Viva Technology Conference in Paris. The AfricaTech Awards were back for the 4th edition with a new set of exciting startups across green tech, health tech, and fintech and e-commerce. Among the finalists, Faith Kuya, she's the CEO of the Tanzanian startup SafeSip, whose mission is to ensure access to safe drinking water through technology. Welcome, Faith. So first, how did you come about this project?
Yeah, I first started in 2023 when we were still in ideation stage, then to our first prototype, then to deployment. Yeah.
So how does your solutions is set apart from other innovations? And also if you can show us how it works.
Yeah, sure. At SafeSip, we provide potable water filters with active filtration technology that filters water from point of use. So you can use it directly from a natural water source, or if you have a bottle of water which has contaminated water, you can connect and sip directly. Yeah.
So your market is mainly rural areas, I'm guessing?
Yes, our niche market is in rural communities mostly, and in Tanzania, more than 18 million people do not have access to clean and safe water. So the Africa's water filtration market is vast and growing, and it is promising. It's expected to exceed over $700 million by 2030, and we are determined to reach 300 million people by then, and reach to more than 15 countries in sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah.
So to put together this project, did you face any challenges?
Yeah, sure. We faced challenges first when we're starting in accessing our finance because we had to increase production, and at the point we had no enough funds. So capacity building, product innovation was a bit difficult for us till when we started participating in different accelerator programs and getting access to finance.
Does the government get involved in startup companies, or is it just private funds?
Okay, so as a young woman founder from Tanzania, there are organizations, the startup ecosystem is, I've seen a shift, and there are organizations like Tanzania Startup Associations that support youth women-led innovations in different angles, in fintech, agri-tech, in education. So it is promising. It is still growing, but the resilience is very strong.
So it's promising, it's growing, but I'm guessing you're still facing some challenges, especially as you said, you were the CEO.
Yeah.
So female-led companies, and you're quite young, if I may say. So how difficult that is?
It is difficult being a young woman founder in the startup ecosystem because many don't believe that you have the potentials and ability until when they see you, when they see the work that you do.
They're looking for, where is actually the proper CEO?
Yeah, like they always think that there's somebody behind. So you have to do a lot to prove yourself. Yeah, so for me, that was a challenge at the beginning. But for now, I am coping up.
So how do you coping with that challenges, actually?
I do my level best. I attend different accelerator programs to build me, to engage. I have a dedicated team full of people who are good in social enterprise, in filtration engineering, in health economics. So all of them make me strong, and they all build me up and increase my knowledge.
So what would you say, what support do you think African startups in general need from most global tech communities or investors?
Okay, first, most of the African startups need support first from the mindsets. Most of the African startups only depend on finance, financing and funding. But I think we need more to know about how to do our product innovations, as we can see that AI is growing. So we should, I think we need more knowledge coming to AI because in AI there are startups that are starting from scratch and the ones that are using AI to develop their products. So in all angles.
Are you using AI, or are you thinking about using AI for the maybe future projects?
I am using it minimally, but for the future products, and we want to increase our product line. I think it is important and a must. Yeah.
And finally, if you have a quickly some advice for a young person like you who wants to lead the same entrepreneur life?
Yeah. What I would advise a young female entrepreneur is to take charge in the community, bring impact, solve the problems that she can see and that she's capable of, even just that small. It's not always about having like everything, all the credibilities. Just start where you are. Yeah.
That's a great advice. Thank you very much, Faith Kouya, the CEO of Safe Sip, whose mission is to ensure access to safe drinking water. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming.
Thank you.
Now, the Global Ocean Summit wrapped up Friday with world leaders taking major steps toward marine protection. It was just the third and largest yet dedicated entirely to what the United Nations calls an emergency in the world's oceans. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for political and financial surge to address pressing issues such as piracy, human trafficking, and illegal fishing. He emphasized the importance of strengthening maritime security and enhancing ocean governance through scientific collaboration. He stressed that Africa's oceans should serve as integration corridors, linking coastal and landlocked countries to foster shared growth and development. Meanwhile, Lake Dembel in central Ethiopia is being pumped dry. The pumps irrigate farms all around the lake, which is vital for wildlife and hundreds of thousands of people. But its depth has halved since 1990 from 4 meters to 2 meters. Ethiopia has already lost at least one large lake, Aharamaya, in the east of the country, to overpumping. Now it risks losing another. Clémence Valère.
Despite a calm surface, the health of Lake Dembel is in troubled waters. In 35 years, this vast Ethiopian lake, spanning 255 square kilometers, has lost almost half its depth. The cause? Excessive pumping of water by farmers, an illustration of shortcomings in the management of this precious resource.
We counted over 6,000 water pumps being used to extract water from this lake as of last year when we conducted a study. The pumps are working 24/7. If things continue like this, we could indeed lose this lake.
And that is not the only threat to Lake Dembel. While agriculture is gradually drying it out, it is also responsible for the deterioration in water quality through the use of pesticides. For farmers, these toxic chemicals are necessary to protect their crops from worms, despite the danger to health and environment.
If I do not water the crops, remove the weeds or apply pesticides, I could lose the entire harvest. But the fertilizers and pesticides we use are also degrading the soil. The quality of our harvest today is not the same as in previous years.
According to a report by the Stockholm International Water Institute, mismanagement of water in Ethiopia and the resulting consequences have been compounded by lackluster policy frameworks and ineffective institutional arrangements.
And this concludes our edition of Eye on Africa. Thank you for watching France 24.